Well, good afternoon. Hi, my name is Iman, and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And this is Jose, and he is going to be our online host of the day, hosting an online workshop. For the first time ever in Stampin' Up!, we can actually use a hostess code for online orders. So any orders that you put in will give Jose the benefits. And so he is demonstrating today for the purpose of being your host. This is a virtual demonstration. He's going to demonstrate embossing. Do you want to say a little bit about embossing and why you think it's cool, Jose? Jose thinks embossing is funny. Do you want to see what he looks like? Okay, just real quick. That's Jose, and here's me. This is our first time ever making a video like this, so.
I think embossing is cool because it definitely adds a dimension to your projects. Instead of it kind of being just flat on the paper, it kind of gives it a more realistic and popping out feel, which is really interesting.
Okay, cool. So, why don't we get started? I'm going to pause this until we can get all of our stuff together. We'll be right back. We're going to be demonstrating a card that actually uses this new Sent with Love stamp set, and it is only available until April 30th. So it's a special edition stamp set, and I love it. It's actually one that we thought would pop really well with embossing, so we're going to go ahead and do that.
Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is we want to make an envelope. So to do that, we're going to use our Big Shot, and we're going to use this envelope cutout. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you'll see it a little bit more clearly once it's cut out. So we're going to use two papers at once.
It's actually a great thing about the Big Shot. For the standard dies, you can put several sheets through at once, which is wonderful. Okay. Let's move this over here so you can see what's happening. All right. There we go. The Big Shot is so easy to use. It's just so versatile. Awesome.
Alright, so now we're going to have our two envelope cutouts. Here's the first one. It's in white.
And also, it cuts it, and then it also does a really nice, you probably can't see it. There you go. A really nice score for where you're going to fold it. And you'll see why we did a white side for this envelope.
Alright, so we're going to go ahead and assemble the envelope together.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So there you have your envelope. And you know, I think for the next thing that we're going to do, I think we want to have a nice clean white background. So let's go ahead and add that white layer. Okay?
Sounds good.
So go ahead and get that assembled, and then we'll attach it. All right.
Alright, so now this is all ready and set to go.
Okay, so we're just going to add it on the inside like this. And then, when we assemble it, we'll just go ahead and add our glue dots right in here. Let me do that. There. Perfect. All right. So next, we're going to get the embossing station ready. All right, ready to emboss, Jose?
Yeah, so now that we have all our stuff together, the first thing we want to do is we want to use our powder pal. This basically, you want to rub over the area that you're going to be embossing on. It kind of just helps clear any static on the paper. So you can go ahead and just rub it lightly. Then we're going to go ahead and take our stamp, and it's on one of our clear blocks. We're going to use the Versamark to stamp on our paper. Then you're going to go ahead and stamp over the portion of the paper that you used your powder buddy on. Alright. So that's what it looks like without the powdered embossing. And now we're going to go ahead and place some of that powder over the stamped image. Just make sure that the entire stamp is covered. Alright, so now that we're done putting the powder on the paper, this is what it looks like. We're going to go ahead and use the heat tool to heat up the image, which
Actually
will
melts
cause it.
the powder, which is so cool.
Yeah, it'll help melt the powder. So give me just 1 second to turn this on over here. We're just going to wait for it to melt. It should turn a different color. Or get a more even tone.
Yeah.
Alright.
And it cools down pretty quickly, so you can touch it.
So here's what it looks like. It looks a lot more finished than what it did with the powder, which is good. It's what we wanted. And now we're going to go ahead and punch it out so that we can use it on our card.
And by the way, that's what the old punch style looks like. I already had that circle punch. And this is what the new punch style looks like. And you can actually
these are
close them.
Flatter, and then they actually lock. So you
really
can store
nice.
them
You
a
can
little bit
stack
better.
them.
These you can't really stack.
All right.
So now we're going to go ahead and punch this out. Just going to center it so it's not awkward. Alright.
Okay, you want those glue dots?
Yeah, so this is what it looks like. It's all punched out, embossed. I'm going to put a glue dot on it.
What I've done in the meantime is I went ahead and attached the envelope that we made onto an Island Indigo color card. And there it is. And you'll see what we're going to do with it to make our finished product.
Alright, so we're just going to go ahead and attach this to the center. There you go.
All right. Nice job, Jose. I think a high five of the card building event.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a card within a card, and it's sealed with a kiss.
All right. Well, thank you. And don't forget, celebration ends on Friday, March 22nd. We will have the code and everything that you need to order available with this video post. Thank you so much for listening and joining us today. Aloha.